Welcome to the show, everybody. It is episode 9 of The Lost Second. Hi everyone, welcome to today's episode.
Why are we an ASMR show this week, Brad? Why are we talking like this?
Everybody talk real soft.
I'll be honest,
soft.
it really didn't look like it had unmuted, and I couldn't tell if there was, and then there was, on OBS it didn't look like it was muted, and then when I clicked for the music to kick in, it didn't, and I went, oh, everything's obviously broken, and then I realized this was all in 1 second of time, that we were unmuted, but the music wasn't working, and so I just went, fill the dead air with words. So I said, and hello, or whatever I said to the, that's what happened. After all of that we were just talking about before the show began as well. We just had a lovely conversation for 15 minutes and was like, we should have just turned the stream on and had this nice conversation with everyone, because it was an interesting conversation about many different topics. And then I was like, we have to start the show. And then we started the show and I made it awkward and weird. So
it wasn't awkward or weird at all.
I'm so sorry. Okay, look, I don't know what it is with this this show.
It's that you started trying to count backwards in German, and then I realized when I was trying to do it in my head that it's really hard to count backwards in a different language.
It is hard to count backwards in a different language, but I think I was successful. I guess no one will ever know.
I'm just trying to imagine what Twoof's ASMR voice sounds like, and if it's even possible, because I don't think that it is.
Find out when we release Tooth's ASMR, hour-long ASMR YouTube video.
Just talking to
Tooth
objects.
is just like, talking to objects
Tooth
with
is
like
your custodian.
Oh, that would be so great.
Your custodian is so good.
Before we get into today's little episode, I just wanted to offer you all, not offer you, but grant you all an inspiration point. Take an inspiration point, unless you already have one, but there's not much you can do about it if you do.
The way I was so scared about that for a second, I was like,
I know, I made it.
Before we get started, I just want to tell you, well, no, we're going to die. Something.
I know. No, I mean, it is related to last week because you did almost die, but it was more to do with the fact that, and me and PB spoke about this a little bit yesterday on my stream, but it was something that I was thinking about quite a lot of the after last week's session, is how we've done 8 episodes of this, and you haven't taken a long rest. You haven't taken like a manual long rest, and it was in game. It's been 1 day, and I just want to show some appreciation for players that don't like spam rests because they know that they are playing characters with character sheets. You guys played a realistic one normal day and went to bed at a normal time for the most part. And it's pretty rare that happens, and I'm pretty bad for rewarding inspiration points for things, but it was something that I noticed that I thought, I mean, I don't know how much you guys are even aware of that, but for me, from a GM's perspective, it's so nice to see players playing their characters very realistically. You felt to me like very realistic characters so far that are interacting with each other and justifying what they're doing based in the world rather than...
What are you talking about?
Checking.
We are real people.
Yeah, I mean, you feel like that,
This
but you're
is a
not
real
constantly checking your
story.
character sheets and then, or like checking me for like, where do we go next? Where's the waypoint in this story? You're kind of making a lot of choices that feel like the characters would make. And I just think it's, I just wanted to reward you as players, because I think in particular, the fact that you did a full normal day was so interesting to me from a GM perspective. And also, I just think you guys have been really great players for the first 8 weeks. You've got plenty of time to ruin that. But let's give you a reward here, 8 weeks in, just because I feel like it's been very, very rewarding for me as a GM to see you guys really feel very realistic and move around and interact with this world in a realistic way. Don't feel like any pressure to do that if you want to be like, I'm having a long rest because I want my spell slots back. Then it is what it is. It's still D&D at the end of the day. But it was just I don't know, I really enjoyed that element. And I noticed it at the end of last week because you went running into a combat with a deadly creature and I went, oh, they're dead because they haven't had a long rest. And I'm a piece of shit because I was really like so enjoying the fact that you hadn't had a long rest because it felt like a true singular day, at least from your character's perspective. Obviously there's been some timey-wimey stuff. And then this creature came flying after you and I was like, I'm going to kill them and they're going to hate me.
Yep. Done.
I have been counting every spell from Brula and Alinus.
I'm not surprised.
I've been sitting here thinking, man, they haven't rested in a while.
Yeah, no. Well, I personally loved it and I want to reward you in some small way for that because it is a rough system for doing that. The game doesn't do very much to reward you for that kind of realistic RP, so I want to provide that option for you. You can only actually do one long rest in every 24 hours anyway, and it has only been 24 hours since the beginning of the campaign.
Can we just take a second to appreciate how Brad has talked about all of this leading up to the idea that we finally got our long rest, but then told Brula she didn't get
right?
from the long
Brula,
rest
you didn't get to
anyway.
sleep, sorry.
Yeah, it's true. Brula has not actually received the benefits of a long rest. And Rio doesn't really ever need one.
And I made her spend all her spell slots
so
on comfort person.
Well, Rio
she got
does
drunk,
not get,
dude.
I do not get everything back on a short rest. Like my Nightcrawler teleport charges are long rests.
That's
so
true.
skipping
That's
the long rest does not necessarily put me back to full capacity. I'm still missing some resources. I just get my spell slots back.
Yeah, but it leaves you. The rogue is pretty all good without long rest. Then there's you who you can short rest, and then we have these spellcasters that need long rests, successful long rests to reclaim them. Anyway, let's get into it after you've had this long rest here, because you did spend the night in the Gotterheim forest, and we joined these characters, the group,
People.
the cool kids, these real people,
right.
inside of an abandoned sort of brickwork bunker on the edge of the Gotterheim forest, with these sort of old bricks covered in moss. This is a sort of battered looking refuge. It's not much of a home exactly, but it was a decent shelter for the night. I think where we left off, we saw Brula sort of putting together a simple breakfast. Linus had been out to gather some forest mushrooms and is probably returning now and sort of laying them on the pile of rations next to Brula. Rio's probably leaning in the doorway with an expression of some sort of pensive contemplation in this particular bunker. But Twoof and Murple carefully set the lost second down in front of them with its concentric sort of metallic circles steadily turning over. Inside of the sphere there is an arcane vianthrosite gem which is steadily glowing, the reflection pulsing rhythmically in Tooth's eyes. What do you do here? How do we want to start this off, Tooth?
Well, I have Murple is holding up the lost second, and I have goggles on, and I'm trying to use the ability to understand exactly how maybe the lost second works. I can read it. Give me 1 second. I'll pull it up here. On this character sheet that I don't have because I'm real.
You're a real person.
I'm a real boy. Okay. Goggles. Once per day, the wearer can enter a state of heightened understanding for 10 minutes. During this time, they have advantage on all intelligence and wisdom checks related to identifying or understanding the function and operation of magical items, constructs, and traps.
Okay. So you pull these goggles on and sort of, activate them or use them. I don't think you actually activate them in game, but we understand that mechanically you're activating them for your once per day here. And you can make me, it says Arcana, but you can make, you can make me an Arcana check.
Can I, Arcana, or the alternative was Insight? Can I do that one instead?
No?
Okay, I'll roll Arcana.
I'm just double checking why it gives you Insight. Again, this isn't one of my items, so I'm wondering if it's... Yeah, no, you can do Insight.
Oh, wonderful.
Feels like a weird one for a mechanical check.
Oh no. A 13.
13. So there is a table that is very specific for checks. This item. So, okay. With this, you do get some information. You look over this device and you recognize how complex it is. The breadth of the DC for checks for this is extremely high to get all of the information out of it. You'd have to roll an absurdly high number. I don't know if it's... I don't know. You can get pretty close, but you'd have to do very well. So, and I'm giving you that understanding because I think you understand how complex this item is once you start to look at the lost second.
Sorry, before you do that, I do also have Identify and was planning to use it if this didn't work. Would you rather me just use that now?
This hasn't not worked.
Okay, I'm just saying I want to go extra mile with it and really understand what we're dealing with here.
What do you want to do?
Just Identify would give me, I think, extra information like magical properties. You learn its properties, how to use them, whether it requires attunement, which we already know, how many charges it has, if any. You learn whether any ongoing spells are affecting the item and what they are. If the item was created by a spell, you learn the spell's name. Like, it's intense.
Yeah. You want to cast this?
Do you want me to put it in the chat? Yeah.
No, you just tell me if you're doing it.
I mean, yes, I am. Just so you could read it, I meant.
All right. So, and you have the pearl, right? You went and bought that, I remember.
Yep.
And do you have ritual casting?
I do for this.
All right, so you ritually casting it?
Yeah, because if it takes me 10 minutes for the goggles to work, then I can just be focusing on it during that time, maybe.
Yeah. Okay. So you spend a little bit of time ritualistically casting this spell. The others probably finish up making the breakfast by the time your spell is cast, and you can hear them maybe moving around. This is a small bunker, it isn't a very large room, so you're all in the same room, and Twoof is just sat in a corner or against a wall with the lost second in front of them, probably like legs crossed. I would imagine there isn't really much in here. It's not like you have a table to sit at. You're probably all on the ground. You're kind of camping in a shelter. So you would have got a lot of this information anyway on your previous roll. The knowledge on the mechanics and the attunement rules and stuff, you kind of get with the goggles, and then you get confirmation, I would imagine, from the spell going off to enhance the goggles, allowing you, or however it is that you're comprehending this. I mean, the goggles are enhancing you in some way, but So you get a lot of the information here. You also get a little bit of the information about what it is, you know. What do you want first? Mechanical information?
Your choice.
Or non-mechanical? All right.
Non-mechanical.
Non-mechanical. So piece by piece, you begin to understand that this, you understand already that this is an artifact created with Vianthrosite by a master tinkerer or artificer in an attempt to stabilize time travel. That's what this is. It's an attempt at sort of stable time travel. Time travel is a very rare, barely documented thing. There are not many arcane abilities or well-known, and again, this would potentially be a different role, but general knowledge here. Well-known stories of time travel. It's pretty rare. There's a lot of arcane magical things. There's a lot of crazy. There are these gods that are walking around. There is a lot of history. There are multiple ages to the world. There's a lot going on in this magical world, but time travel is one that really has not is not a commonplace thing. You, while looking over this thing, can tell that essentially this device is supposed to be a device that allows one to time travel stably. However, this device is unstable. It's extremely unstable. It is so incredibly unstable that you would maybe go so far as to say that this device is a failure on Alden's part. If the intent from the Tinkerer was to stabilize time travel within this device, this is not stable. The magic that is within this thing is unbelievably unstable. You recognize that the arcane elements, the magic within the Lost Second, stands permanently outside of time. That is so the which is why
that's why it can't be destroyed.
That's why it can't be destroyed. The power contained within it is unstable because Vianthrosite, the Vianthrosite element of this, is essentially outside of the linear understanding of like the time stream that you're in here.
I wonder how he managed that.
The physical device itself is not outside of time. So you're looking at a device which is made with high quality adamantine, mithril, and orichalcum wire. It is intricately made, months of minute additions layering over and over and over, creating a conductive enclosure. You're looking at metal mesh, plate shielding that blocks a lot of external static, arcane static, Vianthrosite fields. It's essentially like a Faraday cage that is holding the Vianthrosite's magic within. So the Vianthrosite and the Vianthrosite magic are two different things. The actual kind of like how the spellcaster and the spell are different things. The Vianthrosite inside is what is powering this device. It is a small icosahedron, which is directly connected with the arcane energy. The arcane energy, the magic, is outside of time, but you can't split the two things because this thing is essentially on. If it had an on and off switch, it would be in the on position. And you got a 13. So let me double check what that gives you. So you get... Yeah, I think that might be it. Let me just double check here.
That's plenty. I don't want to learn too much about it too quick.
Well, it depends on your rolls. There
well,
is...
I know, but narratively this works out.
Still not a lot. It feels like a lot for you, but... yeah, you get a sort of a general understanding. Basically, you get a general knowledge about its instability and origins. You also get the physical understanding of its properties in the sense of what it's made of. But I think beyond that, you sort of lose any understanding as to what this thing, how it works in any more intricate way than that. So, how it works as an actual magical item. It is a mythic item that requires attunement, but can be attuned to by several people. This is a very homebrew item, but it does have rules. It causes time to lurch forward unnaturally. Those attuned to it do not experience the time jump, remaining where they are as the world clock moves forward without them. You can attune up to 5 people is the calculation here, and each attuned can have a +1. So you learn in this moment that at the moment there are 5 creatures attuned to this. The 4 of you and Vlad are currently attuned to this thing. On a roll of a D100, the clock sends the attuned forward through time. The attunement rules are as follows, and I will give you all of this information at the end of the session. I'll write it properly for you and put it on your sheets and stuff.
Yeah, okay. Thank you.
The Lost Second is able to understand very basic commands about attunement. So up to 5 people can attune to it at once, not including their selected +1s. It does not require a short rest or a long rest to attune to, rather a command phrase along the lines of I attune to you, I do not attune to you, I unattune from you. That's it. That's what you get. That's how the device works. There is more, but this is what you get. Yes.
Okay.
No, ignore me. I'm not even in the scene. I'm in black
You're
and white.
kind of in the scene. You're in the background of the scene.
I'm bubbling, so you all can interrupt
in
me
the corner, like our foreground
background.
shot is like Tooth, like looking over this thing, and you guys are in the background doing all sorts of like eating breakfast and wandering around, packing your bags and stuff.
At some point, I guess a curiosity overwhelms me, and I have to walk over there.
Really? I didn't know that. Okay.
Figure anything out, Toof? You've been staring at that thing for like 15 minutes now.
Its name is the Lost Second, and I turn around and my eyes are huge because I've got goggles on, and oh, sorry, I didn't mean to frighten you, but it's very interesting.
No, you almost bumped me with those goggles. They project pretty far off your face. I don't know if you know that.
Do they really? And I'm like touching them down a little bit, kind of without touching them, just feeling where. Oh yeah, let me just, and I'll lift them up and onto my head, and now they're like sticking up on my head. Okay, where's Brula and lettuce? I think I'm for some very interesting things. I brought you some food. Oh, and now I'm torn between the interesting things I've discovered and food. I think I'll eat. I'm so sorry. This can wait, right, Rio?
Brula
you can wait.
Prepared it for us.
Oh, I'm so excited.
Yeah. It's just a little spicy. Hopefully you're not, you don't mind some spice.
We'll find out. I don't think so. I think I will enjoy it just much. Listen, I was talking to the Lost Second, and I had Eleanor a conversation helping me out as well, and I think I kind of understand some elements to the Lost Second. If you don't mind me speaking on your behalf, feel free to correct me if I get anything wrong. Okay. It seems like the magic that is inside the Vianthrosite is not the magic of the Vianthrosite, if that makes sense. It's almost like it's like a pocket dimension, I think, where we go into it and the world keeps going without us, and then we pop out of it. Like that. Almost like there's a spell similar to that where it kind of like protects you from the outside elements and it just pops up out of nowhere. It's kind of like that, I think, except we somehow go into it. We can also just unattune to it at any time with a passphrase. We're not doing that. Don't worry. Last second.
I can?
Yeah, you can't. You just have to say the passphrase. I'd tell you, but maybe I should write it down or something. So we don't do that.
We don't want to go and on a tune and then have some of us go somewhere.
Yeah.
And then leave others behind.
Why would I not want to unattune from it?
Because we're its custodian. What do you mean?
You
we
can
go
be
where
its custodian.
it goes.
You could be its custodian without having to stay attuned to it.
But if it goes somewhere, we have to go with it.
If it goes somewhere, it comes right back. You already said the time just goes, and then it plops right back out again.
Yeah, but but time could pass, and we'd be waiting there for a while we wait for it to come back.
Does it go?
That sounds a lot safer than getting pulled into pocket dimensions and ripped out of this plane of existence.
I don't disagree, Rio,
that's just a theory that I have based on the way that it functions. I don't know if that's actually how it's functioning, but
if
it makes sense a little bit.
On attune to it, and then it moves forward in time, does it just drop back where it was before? Then how would we know how long it was gone for?
That part I have no idea.
I mean, last time it happened to us, I don't know about the rest of you, but I could kind of tell how much time had passed.
Yeah, but is that just because we were in the dimension?
Probably.
I'm wondering if maybe we could take it to this item master and then...
Merla, this is really good. Oh my god. It's
I'm
giving
so
me the
glad
nibbles,
you like it.
but different.
I put some peppers in there.
Is that what that
very
is?
good.
I like peppers, I think.
Yeah. Ah, I'm glad
do
you are
too.
enjoying yourself.
Yeah,
and you
I
see
didn't
Kent
think
Brewer
I'd
just like,
vegetables.
mm-hmm.
Yeah, very
They're
good.
good for you and delicious.
Is fire coming out of my mouth? It feels like fire's coming
little
out of my
bit.
mouth. Really?
The
I've
tiniest
always
bit.
wanted that.
It's very, very cool.
Can I have some
Anyway.
for my bag?
If we bring it to this item master, maybe we can find somewhere secure that we can leave it. I don't think it's a good idea to leave it alone because clearly some not so great people want to get a hold of it and we don't know what it could do.
Right. Well, we have a better idea what it does now, at least, after
That's
you're
true.
studying it, but we
Yeah.
still don't know why they want it so much.
Well,
No.
but presumably they want to, do something dastardly with it, like, change history or, do
I could
something
understand
wild.
changing history, but
Fix a recipe
can-
messed up.
can we go back in time?
I don't know.
That's...
Well, I do know that when I was in danger and I was trying to get it to work, no pressure. I understand. It was a scary situation. I get it. It did work in tuning the scary creature, Vlad. So
Vlad,
Oh, so you were able to maybe take Vlad with?
you
I
attuned
think
your
so.
poor horse to this thing, too.
I think I have
was
to...
I supposed to just let him get eaten by the
I
big
have to
scary
ask
thing?
a very, very awkward question. If we on attune to it, Vlad can't say the secret passphrase.
I cover the ears of the... I cover the lost second sort of with my hands a little bit. Sorry, what is the question? What is it?
Vlad can't say the secret passphrase to on attune. If we on
No,
attune
but
at any
we can,
point.
I think we can unattune him.
If Twoof attuned
Okay.
the horse, I'm sure we could do
Especially-
the opposite.
Especially because Brula can translate. That should work, maybe. I don't know.
I hope we don't leave him behind.
You
Well,
do
I'll
know,
just-
Toof.
Oh,
So
sorry.
it's fine. 5
Thank you.
people can
What's that?
officially attune to this.
And then they get a plus what?
Each one of them gets a +1 that's up to you to attune
So
a
I
willing
can
person
say-
to it. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, okay. Oh, sorry. Okay, I misunderstood. up my +1? Never. Never. I mean, to save his life, sure, but probably not in the future.
There was a
What's
point
this
where you
about
were
a
like
+1?
rubbing this thing
I
against
was. I
Vlad,
did.
and that was
I
what it was.
I
that
did.
it.
I did.
If they're
okay.
if they're a conscious being, they need to be willing. But you can attune like a pet or a horse or something.
Vlad was just going to let me because he trusted me. That's sweet. So the last second is saying that we can each bring someone along as long as they're willing. And so in that instance, wait, there could be five attuned to it at one time.
So 5 times 2 if we have +1. So we could put 10 people in that thing.
Yeah, which that's enough to change a world. That's horrifying.
Well,
One person can
that's
be
the
enough to
thing.
change a world.
Yeah, that's the
true.
thing. You're not changing the world by losing time moving forward, though. You're only changing the world if you go back in time. If you go forward in time, all you've done is miss something for yourself. So
I don't know if that's entirely true. What if you plant something here and then, go forward and now it's a tree instead of a root? You know?
But you
Yes, it's
didn't
true.
change the world. You just planted a tree and waited.
Yeah, maybe I don't have a big enough brain, Rio, to think about how you could use it, but I know that you could do something that would then grow and change,
I
and
don't,
then you could reap
I
the
don't
benefits
think the
from it
size of
later.
your brain is the problem, Twoof.
No,
I
I
think
just
there's,
mean...
I think
what
there's some function here that we're missing. Is all I'm saying, because
Oh,
the ability
definitely.
to deprive yourself of time is not an advantage.
I mean,
So
it is if you're going to die before the thing that you put in practice comes to fruition.
That's true.
know?
You could just it does give you the ability, I suppose, to run away and hide in time. But even still, you're just running away and hiding. That's not.
It's more like
that's not.
you're hiding outside time, I think. I think that's also why it can't be destroyed. Because the magic that's inside here, look, you see this spot right here?
Mm-hmm.
This is the Vianthrosite, right? And normally it's channeling magic, right? Like magic items and weapons and stuff. It's almost like it's an amplifier. But for some reason, this is more like a case or a shell around the magic that's inside of it. It's not really channeling so much as it is keeping it from moving or keeping it there. And that magic in
Stabilizing?
there, well, I think maybe that was, and I cover its ears again. I think maybe that was the original purpose, but it doesn't seem to work as intended. But
Right.
So how does it work then? And Brula says this just completely super loud.
Well, I think it's more like it's holding something that doesn't seem to apply to our rules. Does that make sense? It's like the magic itself doesn't exist here in the way that it does normally. Almost like it's like it would be like. Are you familiar with planar travel? The concept? And then I realize what I've said, and I look at Rio, and I turn bright red in my cheeks, and I go, well, kind of like what Rio went through, but, but it's like it's got the plane right here, somehow. Except it's not a plane, it's not a place, it's just magic. I'm not explaining it very well, but it's holding something that can't be affected by time or our things, which is probably why it can't be destroyed. It seems unaffected by life.
I kind of poker face in response and don't let that one get to me and just
Sorry.
move on. Right. Well, if I were a gambler, I would put money on this thing still does something else that we don't know yet, but I don't think all the theorizing and sitting around is going to help. We need to get to the item master and ask him what it does.
I agree.
I think
we need to get moving.
I think maybe it's supposed to be able to go back in time too, but right now it can't. Maybe it's damaged or something. I don't know.
Shh, what? Don't say that. You're fine.
I'm sure we can figure out what its true purpose is, or perhaps what it's more, I don't want to say corrupted, but what other people might want to use it for and why it could be possibly dangerous. And I don't mean to imply that it is dangerous in and of itself, but falling into the wrong hands, obviously. I think we shouldn't waste the daylight, though.
I agree. But we're all dangerous if we fall into the wrong hands or the wrong
That's
influence,
true.
right?
That's true.
It's nothing personal.
Absolutely not personal. Should we make steps outside?
Let's get a
See
move
where
on.
we can go.
Do we have any more of those peppers, Brula? Just in case I need to intimidate anyone.
Well, let me check. And she kind of whips around. Oh, yeah. I've got quite a few left. Here. And she
Thank
takes
you
your
so
bowl.
much.
Absolutely. It just gives like a massive ladle full of like some kind of stew with just clear peppers in it. And she hands it to you and it's still steaming. Careful, careful. It's hot. Hot.
Thank you so much. Perfect. I'll have it on the road.
Anybody else want seconds or thirds before we go?
Hold
I'm
on.
fine.
I'm just gonna check for any gigantic birds outside.
Not a
and
bad
I'll come with you.
idea.
leave my head out the building.
Yeah, there's a giant bird waiting outside, tapping his foot. No, there isn't. It does not appear to be.
Do that?
You're, could you
I
imagine?
believed you.
It's just circling around. It's circling the
Yeah.
building. It knows we're
It's
in
like
there.
checking its imaginary watch, you know?
Yeah, you don't need to make me any checks because I assume that you guys.
Oh, that actually
have
made me
been
start
passive.
sweating.
But you, yeah, I mean, you're slightly under the forest canopy here and off of the road itself, but you can tell that there is an absolutely enormous rock in the sky doing circles. It doesn't take too long to figure it out.
I've never been so pleased to see clear skies.
Right. Well, we've eaten. Let's get a move on before the local wildlife decides that it would also like to eat, shall we?
Good idea.
Sure.
Let's. First thing, can someone roll me a d6
Sure.
as we get into the travel here?
Not me. Last
Well,
time you had
this-
me roll the travel checks, I
Okay.
rolled lethal
Who wants to be
combat.
travel check roller today?
Somebody
Who's
else.
feeling lucky?
Not me. But I would like to just ask everyone, do you want to, should we attune maybe Huey and,
Yeah,
just
I
in
think
case
so.
an accident happens?
I don't think we can. You said it's only 5.
No, it's 5, but then you get to pick someone that's willing to come with you. So we each
Right,
get a
but
plus
you
1,
don't
so
at-
up to 10.
But would you attune them?
Yeah. So I attuned Vlad in my darkest hour.
Oh. I just assumed we attuned 5 and then we grab whoever we want to bring with us at that moment.
I don't think that's how it works. I think you have to say
In-
something.
In character, I turned to the DM. What? Is it like 10 total attunement slots, or is it just 5 and we just pick one when the time comes to activate?
It's 5 plus 1 each. So you have 5 attunement slots and a plus 1 each. So each
But
person
I
only
was-
has 1 plus 1.
Well, I'm saying, do we need to do that now? Do we need to assign our plus 1 beforehand?
You can assign it whenever you want.
So as we're about to be traveling, we can do that? Because
Yeah.
I was able to tell that Vlad was attuned to it. So I was just worried that because their horses weren't attuned to it, that if an accident happened, we'd go and their horses wouldn't come with us.
That's what would happen right now.
Yeah, I think I'd
See?
like
Yeah.
to.
Yeah, we gotta do it, Rio.
Yeah. It almost happened last week. You were trying so hard to activate this thing.
I know,
You
and
would
I
have left the other
realized
3 horses
I realized
behind.
yesterday the other horses would have been left because I didn't realize that you guys would have just come with me. I thought it would have just been me. Anyway, now I know.
You all would have gone. You all would have gone except for the horses who would have remained.
Maybe.
So
Maybe
yeah,
that's why. Maybe that's why it didn't work. Maybe the rest of us weren't close enough. Maybe it can only do it if we're all enraged, if we're all attuned.
I don't know, but I'm really, really sad that Alden didn't let go of it. 'Cause if
Oh,
he
were
had
you
me-
speaking about range? I'm so sorry. Is that what you meant? Physical range
No.
from the horses? Oh, okay.
No,
Because you do
he
have to
just-
be
No,
right next to
no.
them. They have to touch
No,
you.
what I meant is what I was asking is is it is it effectively just 10 attunement slots, or is it 5 and then we just designate a +1 in the moment? But you kind of already answered that.
It's 5, designate 1 in the moment, but they do have to physically touch it, and so do you, which I actually don't think I said back then.
Oh, okay. So we don't attune our horses right now then.
You
do, because they have to touch it, and so do you. Like, I have to pass it to you. You have to touch to the horse,
But
because
he
they're your
just
+1.
said the opposite.
What?
No.
Misunderstand?
Yeah, I don't. Someone's confused. Let me start from the beginning again, because I didn't. Let me just see where I wrote. Sorry, I lost my place on this page. The Lost Second has a lot of rules.
Time travel is so confusing, man.
Yeah, it's also, bear in mind, it's also a
attune the
homebrew
horse.
item that is
Carry on.
that is silly, because it's designed to work for a show and not for D&D
think-
the game. So
I think what he's saying is that we can decide in the moment. They just have to be able to be touching.
What do you
it.
mean by decide in the moment? Is what? Well,
Like,
clarify that.
it's
for me.
going off, and we're going somewhere. Oh no!
No,
If it's going off and you're going somewhere and you touch it to the horse and attune it, and you just mentally say, I attune this horse to this, or say it physically, it will attune the horse to it. But you physically have to, when you attune to it or unattune to it or anything, you have to be physically touching it. And when you attune your +1 to it, they have to be physically touching it at the time of you attuning them to it. You're entirely in charge of attuning both yourself and your +1. There is another empty slot that could potentially be filled if you wanted to have somebody else have a full attunement slot. They would also have a +1, but again, they'd have to be touching it.
Okay.
So we can decide in the moment, but it depends on how quick that moment ends. If everyone can touch
we
it,
might
and touch
not.
their
We
horse to
might
it.
not. We might not have the chance.
When this thing activates, it activates
moment.
pretty fucking quick. Like it's a matter of seconds.
Yeah.
So just the moments that we've experienced the Lost Second activating, it starts vibrating, and then you have a handful of seconds, and then you go, and then your 1 second passes and you're back wherever you are, however many days in the future or whatever. So
Gotcha.
it's not. There's a little bit. The thing is, this is a situation where, if you imagine one of those like CIA redacted files, where you have little bits of the information and the rest is all blacked out. That's what you have on the Lost Second right now. Whereas I have the actual file in front of me, so I have to be careful what I'm hand picking and giving to you here.
And one of those redacted sections is inevitably why the Thieves Guild actually wants the thing, because so far it doesn't have a feature that's worth killing everyone for.
It's certainly on this page.
We just have to trick him into accidentally telling us.
I kind of put my hand out to like take the Lost Second from Twoof temporarily to go add my horse to it, and then walk over and just say, "He goes where I go." Although I think as I'm doing it, I'm also sitting there thinking maybe I should just unattune us both. That might be safer. But I'm like, then I get separated from the hand. No, I can't. All right, fine. Yep, wherever I go, he goes, and then I hand it off to the other two to do the
I'll
same.
reach my hand out, and I will just place it against Theo's flank. Right, Theo, you're coming with me. I realize I've shortened his name. Apparently, we're on a nickname basis now. I attune Theo to the Lost Second, and I pass it to Brula.
Of course you are. You've already survived one life and death encounter.
Yeah. That's true.
Brula
He can call me
takes the last
Allie.
second. Oh. Brula takes the last second and looks down at Huey, who is like visibly shaking, and she just kind of like holds it up against his back and says, "Okay, you have to be ready to go. We're gonna go soon, okay? Okay, good horse." And then she taps the back. Okay, Twoof, and then gives it back to Twoof.
I'm just
think
imagining
as-
Huey being like, "What is that?"
At the moment.
I think
He's freaking out.
as I'm mounting up onto my horse, I have to look at Alynis and say, "I love that the horse earned the nickname before the rest of us did, Allie," and then start
Hey,
riding.
you can call me Allie too.
Let's start riding.
Listen, Rio, when you start carrying me on your back, you can call me Allie. How about
I
that?
already did that. as I'm hiding away.
Okay. Okay, so yeah, your horses have an intelligence of -4. So you can attune them and unattune them
Mood.
without their... it's me.
I'm
It's
a
me
horse.
playing Stellaris, which was our conversation before the show began. So yeah, like anything with significant consciousness, again, you'll have to, in the same way as you can cast a spell and willing people can just like accept the spell. If you attune a plus, you can attune any living creature as your +1, but if they have a significant consciousness level or whatever high intelligence, then they need to be willing. But your horses, you just touch them to it, turn it on, turn it off. Same with any other sort of low intelligence creature. Any other stuff, I mean, you have a little planar pixie thing flying, probably pretty close to flying all the way to Valstorm at this point. But that's all on you, and you don't need to worry about that because that just is pulled from you. Familiars and such can be summoned and re-pokeballed from you. But yeah, bear that in mind for future things or other creatures or pets and stuff that you might end up taking. But you do have a +1 attunement slot. So currently attuned to this is Rio 2 for Linus Brula, +1 Vlad, +1 Apollo, +1 Huey, +1 Theodore, 1 empty slot, 1 empty +1.
Oh my god, Cleo heard it and is like, I'd like to come on this adventure.
You want to come with? Yeah.
Baby.
Theo is Theo.
The big
I don't mind Cleo.
Okay, so the first roll I had you do there, that D6, Brula, I guess, is in charge, or Elspeth is in charge of the travel rolls today. That first one was for weather, and you get normal weather conditions, so you're
Yay.
going
Good
to
roll,
be
good
able
roll.
to progress
Good
at
roll.
your usual rate. And I think, yeah, we see you guys pack up your things, prepare your saddlebags, jump on the horses and ponies, take a little bit to readjust yourselves, and then make your way from the tree line back to the roadway, because you guys were off-road here a little ways. Leaving the tree line, everybody sort of inevitably, probably cautiously looking up and scanning the horizon and skyline. Clear day, sunrise, no giant birds or wyverns or flying things directly aiming at you currently. Let's see how well you roll.
Currently.
And we see you make your way back to the sort of major roadway and continue your journey north. You guys are going to continue making that like steady, fast pace, I assume, just kind of not booking it, but what was it, a canter?
A canter, yeah.
Yeah, I think we see the horses kind of get back up to speed, get used to moving in unison on the road. And the road is flanked either side here by sort of meadows of wild green for the most part. The road slopes downwards at points, and you just see flat greenery, really very little else. And then at other times the road peaks upwards a little bit, and it allows for a view of the Gotterheim again, this forest to your west. And I think probably those of you that are that have significant ocular ability are able to see the cliffs several miles away with the distant moon seas. It's kind of just an ever blue blanket to the vast east. You're essentially on a very large island here in Veyform. And you enter into the Selland stretch, which is a road that sees quite a few travelers come and go. And I think for the first few hours, you do see some travelers come and go. It's a wave from one, a g'day from another, top of the morning to you from another one, just to wind up Psyche, who's not in the game, which is nice. Some of them, I think, just avoid your eye. You know, some seem to be pleasant, some avoid your eyes. You get the sense that it's not that they're doing anything malicious. They just don't trust anyone on the road. You get the sense that these are probably hunters or travelers from northern lands that are moving south. Several wagons go by, likely merchants selling their wares to the wealthy Felsian, Horsian towns and cities. This day kind of comes and goes. Let's do some rolls and see how you do. Let me remind myself of my new little travel rules here. So the first thing I need is another D6, please. Travel roller.
Again.
Designated
Whack.
travel roller.
It made a travel roller. That's a 5.
Nice.
Good thing. Day comes and goes. Falls to night. Would you like to rest? Would you like to continue?
I say we rest.
Pretty much at this point, you're at a wide open stretch of land. It is not particularly hilly. It's quite flat, and you would be right out in the open with your camp, which obviously has benefits and negatives both ways here. But there really is,
especially considering we just escaped the bird situation.
Yep.
And bird would be able to see us really well here.
It is, however, really your only choice, probably for the next couple of days of travel. The next sort of notable landmark on the route here, and I can bring the map up for the chat as well, those of you that are watching and not listening on Spotify or something. The next sort of notable place on the map is Marktfeld, which is essentially a giant great big field where they hold markets. The next actual village or town is Osterhold, which is built around a castle. There is a village, a town, an inn and stuff here, so this is really the next proper night's rest. This kind of whole stretch here is predominantly flat or craggy meadowed lands. It gets a little more, if you were to kind of pull over to the sea element here, it's much more cliffside crags. And up here is a little more hilly. But this section here is pretty brutal in terms of cover. The whole thing is flat and open expanses of wild meadows. It's probably quite famous for travelers, in that, camping here is a nightmare unless you have some sort of magical arcane dome or something that allows you to be safe from the elements from the outside. But regardless of where you choose to sort of pitch a tent, it is going to be a wide open by the road thing. So take your rests wherever you want, but you're not going to find significantly great camping spots that are like by tree cover or under, like ducked in between hills or under a cave or something like that.
Well, I don't think I have much of a choice because I didn't sleep at the last spot. So I'm going
take
on
a watch.
Yeah, I'm going on 2 days on my feet, so I feel like there's pushing on much further is not really much of an option.
Also, we need time to eat.
Yeah, and I'm assuming you're eating on the move with like whatever packed rations you have. But in terms of a full meal and proper rest, you will have to fully stop.
PB's literally sitting over here going, "What about second breakfast?"
I sure am.
And I'm the Aragorn throwing an apple. Come on.
I can take first watch.
Yeah, that sounds good. And you see Brula kind of like, and then she just passes out on what looks like a cot, but it could be a jacket, it could be a blanket. We're not sure.
Oh.
It's just on the ground.
She didn't even get a bedroll out.
She must have been real tired. I don't know how she's more tired than me somehow.
I take the blanket out of my pack and I just drape it over her.
And I didn't sleep.
You didn't sleep? Yeah, I did notice you didn't wake me up.
Uh-oh. Good night.
I will sleep today. Can promise you that.
Okay. I will not wake you up.
That's okay. I don't really sleep the same way the rest of you do.
Okay. And you're fine with that?
It's a little weird. I'm still getting the hang of it, even now. It's 20 years and I still haven't really figured it out yet.
You've got plenty of time to figure it out, right?
Do you even know what I'm talking about, Elenis?
No, but I've never figured anything out
Okay.
so early in my life. You've got so much time. Why?
Look,
What are you talking about?
I'm a half-blood. I don't know if you ever noticed. Elves don't really sleep the same way humans do.
Familiar with how elves work, but
Are you?
no, I'd never really picked up on it, I guess.
Yeah, I'm half and half. Elves don't really sleep the same way humans do, and I don't really sleep the same as either of them because I'm kind of. It's weird. Elves have this trance that they do instead of sleeping, but I really suck at it because I've never been able to really get the hang of it, and well, my dad wasn't really around to teach me either, so I've kind of just been figuring it out.
I see.
I do know that I don't really fully go to sleep though, so
Okay.
I'll be over there.
Do you still get the same
Awkwardly.
amount of rest?
Oh yeah, it comes out restful. It's just more like the way it's explained to me was if you do it properly, it's like a mental exercise, and elves actually practice whatever it is, their trade. You know, if it's a blacksmith, he's forging in his sleep. If he's a warrior, he's practicing his skills in his sleep. If he's a linguist, he's translating in his sleep. For me, it's more like an awkward staring where I get nothing done. But I do wake, you know, restful at least.
No. That's something. Forgive my ignorance. We had elves in the Shield Maidens. Not very commonly, but I encountered them from time to time. But never any half-elven, so I guess it must be different.
I mostly take after my mom, and she was the human. So
I see.
I think most people never really notice. I'm kind of big and bulky by elven standards, you know? And that's definitely from my mom's half of the family. I got my dad's eyes and his senses and some of his magic talent, but mostly I just hit things real hard, and that was definitely my mom's side of the family.
I relate to that.
Anyway, come wake me up
Okay.
when it's my turn to
will.
keep
I
an eye out,
will.
because if you don't, I'm not really all the way asleep. I'll come over here.
Okay,
All right.
okay. I'll do it.
Okay, I need to go pass out.
Okay, Elspeth, roll me another d6, please.
Use my inspiration point to give her rest somehow. Can I, what is it?
E.
What can I use it for? Can I give her another?
You can
use it
use
for
it
it?
to re-roll any die and take the new result.
Oh.
Okay, we'll see what happens.
That's a 1.
You wanna
Okay,
re-roll it?
I'll use it. I'll use it.
I don't even know what it's for, dude. So now I'm like, I don't know if I want to re-roll it or not.
I don't know. Last time you didn't get any rest.
That's true.
I-
Yeah,
I-
let's
I
re-roll
will-
it. Let's re-roll it.
I will
okay.
say, on the whole inspiration thing, Elspeth's origin, musician, quite literally allows her to give us inspiration whenever she wants, like she's the DM.
Oh, that's
So,
fun.
Oh, that's nice.
so don't be afraid to. Yeah, at some point, Elspeth, please look at your. Please look
I get
at
it
your
for free,
origin
so
It's killing him. It's killing him. It's killing him. You're not an advanced D&D player.
It's okay. I read her character sheet. I know what she does. even if she doesn't, I do.
When his nose and ears start bleeding, that's when you know he's really struggling.
No.
Okay, I'm gonna re-roll that 1d6. 2.
Oh.
Oh.
A 2.
Fudge.
guys are going fast, right?
Oh no.
Roll me
Depends.
a-
Do you consider a canter fast?
Yes.
It's
roll
not a
me.
gallop, if that's what you're asking.
It is fast. That was I think.
Yeah, I know. I
the
was just
agreement.
using words. I don't
Roll me a
even know- I don't
d20,
even know
please,
if a gallop
Elspeth.
is faster than a canter. I was just throwing out words.
It's
Don't
just
roll a
rolling
1.
this- Oh, nice.
Wow. Okay.
I hope that's good.
Is that good? Because it doesn't look
It has
good.
to
He
be
looks
good,
like
right?
he's-
It
Well,
looks
No,
bad.
he's
It looks,
cringing.
it looks bad.
When
It
he
looks
Yeah,
had
maybe it's
me
bad
make-
for him.
It's
When
bad.
he had me make these rolls, the 1 meant combat. So 20 is the opposite of combat.
We
Some
won the
god is
lottery.
going to come down and give us something
We won
nice,
his
right?
face.
Surely.
We won Dungeons and Dragons.
I don't know about that. I'm panicking still.
Where is the
I'm
lost
panicking.
second?
Dude.
In my bag with me.
Okay.
My bag's name is Rug, by the way.
Alinnis.
Mm-hmm.
From over nearby Twoof, there's a burst of purple energy as the lost second activates. You. Who wants to roll me the? Let me see. I think it's just a straight up activation. So. Yeah. Who wants to roll me a D100?
I'll do
I
it
do.
since I'm.
Oh no, let Psyche do it.
Oh, I'm on watch. I guess I should. Okay.
We're about to discover something
Oh, God.
new, I think.
Oh my god! Oh my
That's
god!
100.
Oh my god! Oh my god! What does that mean? Sorry,
I
what does
don't
that
know.
mean?
What? That's bad. This
I
is
think
bad.
that's
This is
how.
bad.
I
This is
think it's
bad.
hours, right?
I
Did
think
we just
we're
move-
going forward years. What's happening?
No, I think it's 4 days. I think it was hours. 100 hours. That's my guess.
Okay. Who of the sleeping or trancing individuals feel like the sensation of being pulled through time when the lost second activates would wake them up? Bear in mind, it's quite a dreamlike state anyway, because you witness all of these different timelines and stuff, and these sort of visions and things.
I would roll for it. Canonically, no shot Brula would wake up, but I could roll for it just to see if she does. But I don't think
Okay.
she would.
Yeah, roll.
Let's see. I'm just gonna R1D2. 1, she stays asleep. 2, she wakes up. You see Brula like. Hello?
Alinnis is rushing towards the group. Oh, this is bad. This is so bad. Wake up. Everybody wake up, please.
What's happening?
I'm pointing at your
What's
bag
happening?
at Rug. I think
no.
something's about to happen with the... Can you calm it down?
Not now. Lost second. What is there something wrong? What's happening?
There's no stopping it.
Sorry. What's going on?
As
don't
you
know.
sort of stir,
It's determined.
there is this burst of sort of arcane purple hues of violet that just warp the area. The sensation of the activation of this happens again. You have these visions of empires rising and falling. You see these strange devices. You see this thing that is being pulled through the land with these great plumes of smoke out behind it. This great metallic creature that is moving towards you, and then suddenly you're shifted again, and your vision sees these very strange sort of tendrils of different possible timelines shifting and turning over one another. Twoof, make me an Arcana check.
Sure. $16.
16. You will understand a little something here because you have unlocked some of the understanding of the item. You are witnessing that changes that happen while the lost second is activated overwrite history. It doesn't create branches of timelines. There is only one version of events that exist at any one moment. And then the present that you are in sort of updates to reflect the most recent possible change. There is you're constantly rewriting time every time this thing activates and moving forward. So the major change in this situation is that the four of you aren't there every time you leap forward. So anything that is that's the most significant change to Solmira, the material plane here, as you use this thing. And what you're witnessing around you every time you move through this kind of tunnel are all of the different possible branching timelines overwriting one another, and sort of editing in real time to become the singular timeline that you are on and exist on. Yes, you have a question.
I did have a question, but it's more me thinking out loud. When you say we're not there, you mean we weren't there for the time that we're gone, or we're just
The
not
time that you're
there?
gone.
Right.
Yeah,
in we don't exist?
you're not there. It's not that you don't
Right.
exist. You're not
we're in that
affecting anything.
Pocket. Right. Yeah. Okay.
You're
Yep,
not affecting
okay.
anything. You're not observing anything. You're not changing.
We're
anything.
outside of time,
You're outside
just
of
like
time.
the magic. Got it. Okay. That's all right. So then the question is not what do they want to do? Like, maybe it's who do they want to do this to? Who do they want to attune to this and get rid of while they do something else? Sorry, I'm thinking to myself.
Roll me, please, someone, a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, a D10.
Not it.
I'll do this one. Why not? Ready to mess it all up.
I might have already done that for us. I'm so sorry.
A 5.
A 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. An enormous kind of hand materializes in front of you as you're kind of witnessing this strange sensation. It is like you're being pulled through a tunnel, but you don't really feel necessarily like you're physically being pulled through a tunnel. It's a bit like being in a dream state where you and the dream kind of all exist as one thing, but your mind can only comprehend this in one way, which is like visual and sound. You're hearing all of those sounds, particularly Brule, you're hearing notes of music. Again, it's that kind of orchestra, which at first was a horrible sound, but I think every time from now on the lost second activates, you're actually probably hearing that the notes and everything, they all wind together in a way that does actually sound, I don't know if it's pleasant, but not awful. But you're hearing an orchestration of sounds. And all of you are hearing this and seeing this, and sort of you can feel your mind attempting to interpret things in a certain way. And all of you would witness a very large hand kind of materialize in front of you and attempt to sort of grab at you, or it is huge, like a ship, the size of a ship, and it turns around you, and you can feel that it is sort of attempting to grab at you or enclose you in some way. Would you, I guess, what would you do, i.e. would you allow this? Would you
Does
avoid
it
it?
feel like a positive force or a negative force?
You can roll me a d20 and I will apply your skill myself.
By the hand. Is it a human hand?
I rolled an 8.
An 8. Let me just check your character sheet. You don't get a sense of significant danger off of this thing, Elenis, in this moment. Tooth, roll me a d20 as well. Well, I suppose you can just roll me a perception check. Well, we'll just add the number. You have a plus 4
sure.
to this.
Okay.
11.
11.
It looks like a human hand in the sense that it doesn't have claws or anything like that, but it almost looks as though it's made of like a porcelain or something like that. It's very white, and the way that it moves is it's sort of stone-like, or like it's sort of moving in a slow and deliberate way.
Does it feel like it's coming from above or below?
It feels like it's
That's
coming
a really good question.
from, I guess you mean like where the wrist is coming from?
Yeah. Is it coming like down? Is it coming up? I know we probably don't have a great concept of that, but like it's more kind of a sense.
We'll call it feels like it's coming from below.
Does it look like stone? Like actual stone?
It looks like porcelain.
Regardless what it looks like, I am not intentionally letting it grab me.
Okay.
There's no roll needed on my part. Rio would just not.
Yeah. You
I don't know if I'm actually physically able to move in this realm, but if
is that how you would like to dodge it?
I don't know what is possible in this world. I know that if it's trying to grab me, I am trying to move away from it, but I don't know if movement is a thing that exists in this reality. Like,
do you think instinctively you would naturally attempt to sort of jump or dodge or swim away from it or something like that? Would it be a physical thing for you?
Absolutely, yeah.
Then I think make me a dexterity saving throw.
I think I would... Alinus is not I'm not sure the word I'm looking for. It's not superstitious because that's not the right word, but she has a certain sort of skepticism to her, despite the fact that she has a lot of faith in her religion. Because of the way she grew up, she has a little bit of skepticism, but I think she will look at this hand and have a really hard time separating that from her understanding of her god. So I won't dodge it, but I won't necessarily like try to help it along. I'm kind of seeing what it would like. Is it going to manage to grab me by itself, and what happens when it does? And I would have a really hard time shaking myself out of that.
Okay. You, by the way, none of you can see each other. You're experiencing this individually. Us as an audience see this enormous kind of porcelain style, just a huge hand that reach out towards Rio. Rio does a sort of bizarre flip and twist through this tunnel and in the air almost. The hand kind of closing slowly as Rio moves through the fingers, turning over and over and over again. Rio, the sensation of sort of a physical attempt to move out of the way of this helps you to feel more physical in this space, and you do kind of jump over this thing, but you never stop sort of turning. It's a bit like being in space. You're just like moving endlessly as you turn and move through the fingers of this thing. You start sort of turning over and over and over again and continue to sort of spiral forward. At the same time, this enormous hand reaches towards Alinus. I think Alinus, it sort of you sort of see Alinus maybe instinctually close in a little bit, and this hand just simply grabs and closes around this small form of Alinus. The last we see of her is maybe curling up like a little baby as this thing closes around Alinus.
Can I speak in this space? Like if I attempted to, would my voice come out?
What do you say?
I would say, is this you?
I'm going to pause there for a second. I want to catch up with Twoof and Brula. You two experience the same thing. This enormous sort of white porcelain hand is moving towards you. It's clearly going to try and sort of close or grab at you. What do you do?
I think we see Brula look at this giant hand, and she just starts cackling. And she outstretches everything and just like does this weird spinning maneuver, but there's no real direction. She's just like, she thinks she's going crazy.
Yeah. In that case, I think the same thing happens to you, unless you're actively trying to avoid this thing.
No.
It's almost the same experience as what happens with Linus. Brula kind of turns over and over, and this hand encloses around Brula, and then we go to Tooth here. What are you doing?
Sorry, I did roll a wisdom saving throw to see if that could help me make my decision. I got a nat 20.
Okay.
But I follow the religious order of the first hand, so this is very meaningful for me, but it's a human hand, which is weird. So I think there's maybe a moment where I look at it and I'm just like, by the hand, and then I go, wait a second, something's not right here. It's coming from below, though, and then I just try to I think naturally my body moves for me, and I will try to get out of the way.
And
I don't see them
be
getting grabbed by it, right?
No, you're experiencing this individually.
Individually. Okay, yep. Yeah, then I think I would move automatically.
Okay. Physically?
I think my body would move, yeah. I think I'm a little roguish, and I think I'm stuck staring at it, but I think my body moves to the side to get out of the way.
Yeah, make me a dexterity saving throw.
Sure. 15.
15. Same thing. I think we see Tooth kind of maneuver through the air in a way. There's a sense of more physicality after that dreamlike state that comes to you, and the hand closes, and we see Tooth kind of move through and just over the thumb of this thing as it closes. Tooth, you also begin to just sort of tumble forward. Again, it feels very much like you're in a tunnel. You and Rio gain more of a sense of physicality here, so it feels a lot more like you're just being pulled through a classic time tunnel here. Doctor Who opening, any old sliders effect, as you're being pulled forward, except around you are all of these strange ribbons, mostly in sort of colors and hues of purple, mauve, and then every now and then you get these flashes and these images. Both of you can roll me a D10 each, please.
A 7.
1.
1.
Why am I rolling as the group?
I don't know.
Oh, I see.
You probably have the
it.
token on the map selected. Maybe. I don't know. The so a 7. Rio, you get a flash of you, Linus, and Tooth. The three of you are caught in what seems like horrible weather conditions. The sky is completely dark with clouds, and there is this sense of rolling thunder, crackles of lightning that are just rippling through the clouds and striking the ground. And when they strike the ground, it breaks apart, and you sort of recognize that you are within your own body, but you're not really controlling it. You're experiencing this as if you're viewing from your own body without having any autonomy over it. You kind of bring a hand up as the lightning strikes in front of you, and you look over to Linus, and Linus kind of looks back instinctively to check on Tooth, who causes you to look back, and you see Tooth kind of following behind you. The wind seems to be buffeting at the three of you so much. Tooth seems to be really struggling against it with a smaller, lighter frame. The land around you is sort of black and cracked. There's a set of mountains in front of you that are all dark and distant against this thunderous landscape. You can hear Alinis shouting back at you, but you can't make out the words. You just sort of hear this sense of Alinis sort of calling you all forward and calling you all onwards. At the same time, Twoof, you experience a completely different kind of a vision here. You see a great sort of demonic entity. This sort of devilish being seems to be pulling itself up out of the ground. The area around it appears to be sort of the center of a distant-looking city. It is somewhere that I don't think you would recognize. The architecture is extremely different, kind of tall and gothic, very enclosed and built in, with these huge, great big, swirling, ancient structures of white stone that this city has been built within. The people here are terrified and fleeing for their lives as this huge great beast is pulling itself up out of the ground. As it does so, it reaches up into the sky, and you see a sort of a coalescing of magic as it pulls down a spell of its own, and then a rain of flame and sort of meteors start striking the city. People around you sort of being hit, bursting, exploding into flame and immolating. The ground itself kind of turning and flowing into lava as the heat rises and rises and rises. There's this heat mirage to your vision as you recognize and see your own hands ignite and burn. And as you look at your own gloved hands, you recognize they are not the hands of a Gesto. They're much longer. They hold this sort of satchel that bursts into flame as well. And you recognize your own skin and flesh burning away. As the gloves burn away, you see what might be human or elven hands. This great big demon, this huge archdevil, whatever it is, just begins to melt what looks like an entire city of its own volition. The two of you experience these two feelings. For you, Twoof, the heat doesn't fully dissipate, and for you, Rio, heat begins to emanate from the area around you, and you're back in this tunnel, kind of like just gliding forward. This sense of heat continues and continues to build. Both of you can make me, I guess, just roll me a d20, please.
A 6.
Okay, let's go with Tooth's 11. Something is sort of calling to you, Tooth. There is... as the heat around you begins to build and you feel yourself like moving forward. What is it called in space when you're just like frictionless and moving forward? You have that volition.
Inertia.
The inertia. The inertia is never ending here as you're just moving forward and turning over and over and over again. You feel like you're just kind of turning for a good long while after you have this vision and that sense of heat building around you. And there seems to be sort of something trying to call out to you, trying to reach you, but I don't think you hear any words. I don't think you understand what it is that is calling out to you, but you understand that something is trying to reach you in some way. What would you do in this situation?
Did it hurt, the vision that I had with my hands burning? You said I could feel the heat.
Yeah, I think it did hurt a little bit, but it wasn't as intense as it certainly would have felt if it was real. You certainly felt a prickling along your skin.
Okay, something's calling out to me.
Yes.
And I don't know what it is or recognize. I think I'm having... I don't think I can respond to anything right now. I have to be honest with you. I think I just saw the end of the world and I'm freaked out a little. And I'm upset. I think it was upsetting to see those people immolate.
Okay. Rio, you have a little bit of a different experience here. You continue to feel heat as well. Behind you, you would feel a sense of cool, and ahead of you, we'll say you feel a sense of heat. Which one would be more comfortable to you? It's not uncomfortable heat. It's like warmth one way, cold the other, I guess, or cool one way, heat the other.
I guess a couple of questions. First, is the heat that I'm feeling... I know that I didn't see this vision of a demon ending the world, but you mentioned all that burning, and then you mentioned that we could both feel heat. Is that the kind of heat that I'm feeling? Like it's... Does it feel... Is this like an ambient warmth, or is this a roaring fire?
It feels like maybe how it would feel being sat next to a campfire on a cold night. Like when you have that sense of like your back is cold, but your front is kind of too hot because it's an open flame, but it's a cold night, so you kind of need the fire, and you're trying to find that perfect distance from the fire without it getting too cold. I think it would be something like that. It's certainly not uncomfortable, but it feels more like flame than anything else.
Okay. And then the second question would be, how rapidly was it getting warmer? Like, did I go from no sensation to fairly warm right away? Like, do I get the impression that if I keep going, is it getting warmer?
I think you snapped out of your sort of brief vision of you and the party, and it was immediate, like as if you'd almost just like teleport in front of a fire kind of feeling.
Okay. Well, at the end of the day, it really doesn't matter. I spent months wandering through a frozen, dark wasteland and almost froze to death. There's not really any real decision to make here. I'm going towards warmth.
Okay. Brula and Alinis, which one of you wants to try and catch Rio, and which one of you wants to try and catch Tooth?
I'll try and catch Rio.
Okay.
Really?
Imagine...
Size difference is great.
Imagine if you can, that you have to attempt to catch Rio, but he is being launched at you like a baseball. How would you do this? And I know this is extremely vague, but just go with me here. Imagine, and this isn't what's happening, but imagine a tiny Rio, the size of a baseball, is fired at you as if someone, a pitcher, whatever, I don't know, the best pitcher in the Boston Red Sox is.
Yep.
It's the only one I can name. It's the only one I can name. And he launches the small Rio at you. How would you attempt to catch him? And you can be as creative as you want.
In my hand, like that.
Okay.
Just imagine him. Oh,
make me a dexterity
right
saving throw,
like
please.
a high five. You said dexterity saving throw?
A dexterity saving throw, please.
17.
Rio, as you're sort of tumbling forward and you decide to kind of head towards the warmth, an enormous porcelain hand reaches up again and attempts to sort of grab at you. Would you like to try and avoid it?
See, knowing that that's probably Brula trying to catch me makes me think I should. But I ran from that thing, and now it's coming after me again. So no, I think I would avoid it unless I sense some sort of danger ahead of me or a reason I need to stop. I'm trying to get away from this thing.
Okay, I want to go with your first instinct. So just give me another dexterity saving throw.
Okay. Like, derailing this in the wrong direction as hard as I can.
You can't derail any of this, don't worry.
Okay. 11.
A fail. The hand grabs you. We see Rio kind of launched very quickly into this enormous porcelain hand as it curls around him, and we sort of lose sight of Rio for a second as we come back over to Alinis. Alinis, same question. A tiny little tooth is being launched at you like a baseball. How would you attempt to catch a little tiny tooth?
Do I know that it's Twoof?
Yes, you're fully
Okay.
aware.
Knowing it's Twoof, I'm trying not to just use my hands because something feels really weird about catching a Gesto in my hands. So I'm trying to like brace myself and like use my entire body to catch them as they fly at me.
Okay.
Like, you know, like a kind of wrapping my hands around.
Yeah. I think for you can make me a... Just make me a strength save.
Okay. That's 21.
21. Tooth, you're being sort of propelled forward. You've got this sensation of this heat. You've got this horrible vision that you witnessed of this entire city being burned and melted, the people screaming and fleeing for their lives from their homes, and this sort of horrible sensation overwhelms you. Ahead of you, an enormous sort of porcelain hand appears. As it does so, it begins to grow and grow and grow until it turns into sort of a large sort of convex sort of shield here. It becomes a bowl, I suppose. And what would you do in this situation?
I'm panicking. I saw that devil reach up into the sky and pull meteors down from it, and I'm just panicking. I don't want to. It's not my fault. I didn't do anything. I don't want to hurt anyone. Please don't make me hurt anyone. I'm fully panicking. I'm trying to get away from this thing as quickly as I can.
All right,
I'm convinced this is the devil reaching up for me.
Yep.
What am I doing?
A dex save, please.
Okay. 4, 12.
You can't get away from it. It's too big.
No.
It blocks the entire tunnel. There's no way that you're able to avoid it. We see Tooth kind of just strike this thing, this large circular porcelain shield. As you all strike your porcelain hands or the giant porcelain shield, there's a sensation like waking up from a nightmare, the classic sort of Hollywood wake up that people don't do in real life, where they go and they sit up straight. It is a pretty probably horrible sensation as you get this overwhelming sense of transition, because you went from sitting at a fireside, sitting at a camp, laying and sleeping, trancing, immediately into this sense of the lost second activating and that immediate strange sensation of being pulled through time. The sensation of being pulled through time, usually it does give you these kind of ideas of how long it's been, what's going on. You are able, and it only lasts a few seconds, and then you're kind of 1 second, and then you remain where you are. You come back to the material plane and you're like, it's over. Instead, you were stuck in this tunnel for a little while. This horrible sensation of partially being physical, partially being part of the arcane energy that is pulling you through this tunnel, witnessing these strange visions, and then avoiding this enormous porcelain hand. The moment you are pulled into this porcelain hand, you sit up straight, not moving, not being propelled, none of that inertia following you, but you are completely still on just a piece of very cracked and broken earth. The four of you immediately see one another. There is nothing in this space aside from a cracked piece of earth. From our perspective as a viewer, we can see the underside of it is this floating piece of ground with stalactites hanging down from underneath it, and on top of it we have 5 individuals. Outside of that is nothing but vast blackness, just inky darkness, no stars, no light, nothing. in front of you at the center of this piece of earth, which is probably it's a sizable piece of earth for you guys to be sat on. It's probably about 50 feet across-ish, kind of a circular thing. At the very center of it is an open flame. It is a bizarre-looking flame. It is a warm orange, but it doesn't just sit like a bonfire. It's actually kind of a cone kind of going upwards and tapering off at the top. It's quite large and quite tall, maybe 3 or 4 feet tall, and it's turning and turning and turning, kind of like a magical flame just turning in the center. You do feel a heat coming off of it. You do get the sense that it is fire. The 4 of you are at varying points around this thing. There is another thing here that your eyes take a second to adjust to in the flame. There is a what looks like a wagon with 2 little shaggy ponies. The side of this wagon has got, it's an old looking and small looking thing. It has a painted crystal ball on the side with an eyeball in it and then flames coming up around it. There is the 2 little ponies kind of look towards you immediately. However, the side of this wagon says Lady Fortyra, fortune teller. From the back of this wagon, a person appears. For us, the viewer, this person is at first entirely wreathed in flame. Then they turn to just porcelain, like a doll that you would move into model shapes. And then, as she steps around the doorway to come into observation by these 4, she takes on the form of a quite short, aging tiefling woman. Black hair, small black horns, fully black eyes. Her skin is ivory, sort of cream. She wears red and deep orange robes that seem to endlessly turn around her, sort of a magical effect that appears like a flowing flame. She steps out from the back of this wagon, and there's quite a shocked look across her face at the 4 of you as she looks around and says, "Well, this was unexpected. Perhaps we should introduce ourselves to one another. I am Lady Fortira. Welcome to my home." She opens her arms in a sort of friendly gesture, and she doesn't take any more steps towards you. She just opens them friendlily and then closes them in front of herself and looks across each of you.
Hi! And Brula looks around at the group. We are the cool kids. I'm Brula.
I'm Alinis. I step up behind Brula and stand immediately behind her.
Rio Sinclair, nice to meet you.
I'm panting a little
I
bit.
nudge Toof with my foot.
She looks at Toof.
I'm panting. I'm nervous. I think I don't know where I am. I'm stunlocked a little bit. I'm very visibly upset.
Yeah, I try to nudge you out of it, and I'm also trying to figure out what the heck is going on. This is Toof. Toof's had a rough day.
It was very difficult to catch you. You are very much outside of time.
Right, I was just about to ask you where we are exactly.
Was that real? Was what I saw real? Did that really happen?
I am afraid I am not entirely sure how you are here or what you witnessed. Only that you have arrived. I saw you like shooting stars moving towards the end of time where you do not want to go, although you are very close. This place is not meant for your kind.
Was it you who caught us?
I caught you, and you caught them. She points to both Linus and Brula at the same time, and then, as she says, you caught them, points
So that
to
did happen.
Rio and
Oh.
Twoof. Yeah, and you have, by the way, it is just a sense, a feeling. You didn't physically catch them, you know what I mean? It was just something that I think maybe instinctively you did on some sort of strange subconscious level.
Mm.
Our kind. What are you?
I am a fortune teller. But I am quite immortal. Whereas I believe you are all mortal.
Right.
Yeah.
Tell me, how are you here? This should not be possible.
An artifact that meddles with time.
Of course.
It was not our doing. Trust me. We are trying to figure out how to get rid of it, or at least learn to control it, after Tinkerer made it.
She smiles
Yeah.
for the first time at the mention of all of this. She has kind of very neat teeth, but she has two teeth that are sharp, two sort of incisors, and they run quite low. Not quite vampiric, but that kind of thing. You get more animalistic vibes. And the flame in the center kind of rises up, and she says, true freedom. Interesting. I have never known anything like this. Well, nothing quite as powerful, at least. Tell me, this item, this device, do you have it on you? Can I look at it?
That's a good question. Is it in here with us?
You have all of your stuff. You feel very much like your physical selves. You have your physical items and stuff like that.
What about our horses?
Do you say that out loud?
I'm looking for them, but I didn't say it out loud.
Okay, you don't see them.
Oh. Pardon us for interrupting anything. We're not even sure how we got here, but I think we're all just a little confused. Maybe you could tell us where we're going if you tell fortunes.
No. No.
If that is what you would like, I can tell your fortune.
Maybe not for Twoof. And Brula looks at Twoof.
I look terrified.
Twoof, come over here. And she's not gonna like
It's gonna
touch
be
you or anything, but
okay.
she just motions for you to come stand near. And don't read Twoof's fortune, but perhaps I would be interested.
Brula, I don't like this place. I want to go home.
I know, I want to go home as well. I think we're on the way. We're on the way, but are you going to maybe get us back to where we were? Or can you help us?
Where
Maybe.
were you?
Well, we were on a journey, and we had just gotten out of a large city. We were on the plains.
I don't think that's what she means, Brula. We were in August of the year 12,038.
What year is it now?
A material plane?
Yes.
That was some time ago.
How long?
Many hundreds of thousands of years. I do not know how to
saying
send
we're-
you back.
Wait a minute. Are we that far in the future?
You are practically at the end of time. A little further and you would have made it to the end of time, and I am pretty sure your kind would simply have perished. More than that, you would cease to exist.
There's still plenty of time for that if we don't figure out how to get back.
So,
You
so
said
you're immortal. So where is this?
This is my home.
Okay. Does it
I-
have a
Very
name?
nice.
It is just my home, or what is left of it. There is not much left, as you can
Do you
see.
have any neighbors?
She
Is there anyone
gestures
else you
to
go to?
the darkness and says, "There are neighbors. There are things out there, others like
Although,
me."
why don't we see them? Hello?
I do not know. I do not
Well,
know
I
how
don't
you have
think
come
we
to be
want-
here.
To meet
Please, bro.
them.
just be
that
grateful
thing
that
out?
if you
Here?
Small one, you have nothing to fear from me.
I don't. I'm sorry. I don't mean to be rude, but I just had a very frightening experience, and I just sort of came to my senses here. I'll need a minute to calm down. But was that real? The
I
sky was
crouched
on
on-
fire.
Next to Twoof.
All those people died.
It's okay, Twoof.
A big hand came out of the ground. and
I
pulled
caught you.
pulled
It was
down the
me.
stars. No, that wasn't you. It was
Not that
something-
part. The part that caught you.
It was
That was
something
me.
evil. It pulled down all the stars.
I won't let it get you.
But what about all those people?
Well, we'll do whatever we can. That's all we can do. But you're safe now. And I don't know where we are or when we are, but we'll find a way together. We always do.
You said you'd never known true freedom. What did you mean?
Oh, I have known nothing but true freedom, but freedom outside of time like this is something that I have never considered for your kind. Somebody must have created something very special. I would like to see it. I will not touch it. I cannot take it, so I would just like to witness what it is that could create such chaos.
Can I ask what you mean by you cannot take it?
What is mine, what you see here, is all that I have and all that I can have. Without some sort of bargain, but I am long past my bargaining days. This is not the place for things anymore.
I
This is a place for patience. Little more.
Well, how lucky are we then that we didn't go to the end where there's nothing left? And that we found you. You seem like a very nice host.
Yo.
Is there anything you want to know about the past? You said you're a fortune teller. Maybe if there's anything we can tell you or help you out in some way.
I reached down for the last second.
I grab the bag and I just react. I grab Rug and I pull away from you for just a second. Then sorry, Rio.
This is our first chance to actually get real answers, Twoof. Show it to her.
It was an accident. And I just opened Rug and...
You pull the last second out.
No, I'm opening it for Rio to reach in and pull it out.
I reach in and take it, and I know Brule is like trying to have a conversation, but I think I am very much in a hurry to get out of here, and I suspect she's the only way out. So I just want to give her what she's asking for. So yeah,
You pull it out. It's still very much active. It is turning over and spinning like crazy. The light inside is flickering and pulsing, and you get the sense, those of you that wish to understand how the thing works or your attunement with it works, that it is just still going. You're still in it. You're still in the, for want of a better word, spell. Her eyes light up immediately. The flame in the center flickers and turns, and she says, "Oh, crude, but very interesting. I understand now where you came from. You are from the same place as me. Perhaps that is how I was able to see you."
And where would that be? And I know we stopped like a considerable distance away. I don't know, like 20, 25 feet or however far was her personal bubble. But I just walk up to her. I've done this before. So I just kind of walk up so she can look at it close, and I hold it out.
She has lost interest in it.
Already?
She's looking across the four of you and says, "Pulled from the ground. Yes, that was the first mistake, I suppose. All those many eons ago. Failures of the mirror. But you are not mirror."
Are you from the material plane? Like us?
It is where I was first manifested, yes.
What are Mirror? Is that your people?
Oh, they are your people. You are from... You would call it Vayfall? Yes?
Yes.
Tell me, in your time, the island is a desert?
Part of it is.
So from quite a young Vayfall, then.
Are you saying our whole island becomes a desert in the future?
As I recall.
Can I ask you something?
Of course.
I don't know how familiar you are with the timeline, because I imagine a very long time. It's difficult to recall certain details, but do you know anything of the plague?
A plague. I recall bargains being struck. People wishing to escape this plague. Wishing for something that cannot be granted. Not by one as uninfluential as I. I recall something of this. Yes.
Did we fix it?
It is difficult for me to say. It is not something that I am very interested in. But your people did survive. They survived the blight, the desert. As I understand, the island stood for a long time. Wars come and go, blights, plagues.
And we become Mirror eventually?
Oh no, the Mirror were the first to be struck down. They are presumably long gone by your time.
Oh. So
Lost
they were
in the
before
first
us.
age.
Mirror. Is that ancient Elven?
You can all make me history checks.
3.
Didn't go to school that day.
8.
Did not go to school.
We definitely skipped that class.
And to me.
All right. 5
Oh, wow.
failure. 8 failure.
None of us.
6
We
failure.
all flunked.
Brula, 3 failure. You would know that Solmira is in its sort of second age kind of thing of history. Solmira being the world, Vayfall being the continent that you live on, where Felsen Hort is, and the Fringe and stuff. There were in the first age, or at least up to at least 1,000 years ago, an ancient civilization that lived on Vayfall before the people came over from Oscara and seeded new life here. So you'd probably get the sense that the Mirar are the name that this entity is calling that ancient civilization, but it isn't. Other than that, you basically know fuck all about these guys. There are ruins. The only thing that you really know, and they do exist on Vayfall, is that there are ruins that belonged to the ancients. They're known as the ancients, and that is really the only sort of thing that you would know with your very low rolls here on this history check. But the word doesn't seem to be Elven, no.
Right. So, you don't need anything else from this then, and I'm kind of putting the lost second away. You said it's crude. Is there some other way to travel through time?
Oh, in terms of time, it is not something I understand very well. I'm sort of a creature that does not need to be concerned with time, and I lose great portions of it in my sleeps. So I am not too understanding when it comes to time, but the device is very crude. It is very simple.
This is not your real form, is it?
No. Whatever you perceive me as is how you must, lest your eyes be burned from your skulls. I do this so that you are not harmed.
We appreciate it.
Although that does sound like an experience.
I would say an uncomfortable one for one of your kind.
Yeah. Can
I must ask, if we got here by drifting towards the end of time, is it possible to go back to that tunnel, that time stream that we were floating through? Can we float back the other direction? Can we return in time?
I can return you to the tunnel, but you will always only flow one way. The time is a straight line.
So there's no way for us to return to the year 12,038.
Use your magical device.
Could you tell us how to use this device? We did not make it. We don't know how it works.
Then you have made a terrible mistake. You should not use things that you do not understand. Look at your poor horses.
Didn't use it on purpose.
She points to the ponies and says, "Look at your poor horses. Look what you have done to them."
The horses!
What do you mean?
There are two very shaggy-looking, kind of thick with two C's ponies that are sitting on the front of the carriage. As you look at them, you recognize they have 4 eyes and 8 legs. She says, "These did not come with you?"
No. I mean,
Do they look like any of our horses?
No.
Like
just
even like the
just-
color of their coat or anything?
brown,
Whoa.
shaggy ponies is what they look like, with 4 eyes and 8 legs.
Oh, Brula
Hi.
immediately goes over to investigate. Whoa! No, these aren't ours. That's unfortunate, though. Hello? Hello?
They kind of
I follow.
look at you with all of their eyes.
I don't think those are our horses.
Nope.
But at any rate, we did not try to use this item. It seems to have a mind of its own. It just activates when it wants to. We did not come here by choice.
Well, I am afraid that this is not something I understand very well. I am more of earth and fire and chaos than of mortal trinkets.
Oh.
Can I
Right.
ask one more question, please?
Of course.
You said that pulled from the earth. What did you mean by that?
All is pulled
Alyssa is
from
clutching
the
her
earth.
amulet.
You and I suspect everything from the material plane crafted out of what is. And what is what you can touch, what you can feel. And what came first? The earth? Perhaps the sea? But I think not. I think the earth. But you would have to speak to some of the others, my neighbors, as you call them.
Oh, yeah, are they around?
I suspect you will probably find one or two if you are able to make your way this way or that way. But I do not know. I have no interest in them. They have no interest in me, except perhaps one who wishes for all things to non-exist.
Oh, well, we'll try to steer clear of that one. How often does this happen? Do you see many people that just kind of casually skip to the almost end of time?
Mortals? Never.
Uh-huh.
You have long since passed on.
Oh, so we're the first ones that you have seen out here as this.
From time to time, there are magical flickers. There are creatures. There are beings of great power that are able to manipulate and change things. She glances at Rio and glances back to you, Brilla. But it is very rare to see somebody here in the now. And while you are not here in the now, you are here in the now. You are real. And that is rare.
Brula reaches her hand out to the four-eyed horse, or one of them, for a sniff.
It sniffs you familiarly.
So you just said the horses just show up here too? How did the horse get here?
I do not know. I had this question for you. You seem to believe that I have all the answers, as if I have summoned you here, but you appeared on my doorstep.
Okay,
with your device,
fair, but
that
you're
you do
the
not know how
immortal
to
one,
use.
so we're just trying to. I still feel like I'm dreaming. Do you maybe can you make us some tea?
I can,
Oh,
if that is what you desire.
well. And Brula looks at Rio, who is very clearly like antsy and ready to go. Well, I know we're supposed to get a move on, but seeing as we're past the end of our own civilization, I'm not sure why we couldn't just have a cup of tea.
Maybe while we have our fortunes told?
Maybe, what else are we going to do? I mean, I'm not sure what we're ever going to take. We've got neighbors out here, but you don't talk to them. One of them wants the end of all things. I don't want to run into that neighbor.
Brilla, the last time I was pulled off the material plane, it was 10,000 times worse than this. Tea sounds lovely. Why not?
Okay, great. So we're all on board. Good. I'm glad to hear it. Maybe some tea then.
That'd be nice.
Very well. Please make yourselves comfortable. She turns around and moves back towards the back of this small-looking carriage. You see her move inside, and it does sound as if she's in there moving around and picking up things. You hear the sort of clattering of something metallic, and then you get the sense of heat and steam coming from within there. But you have about 5 minutes or so outside by yourselves.
So there's no furniture or anything here, right? We're just standing in an infinite void with a campfire. And make ourselves comfortable indeed.
I guess so.
Yeah.
At least there's
Brilla
warmth in a
looks at
person.
Twoof. Twoof,
Yes.
are you okay?
No.
Okay.
That was scary.
It's very scary.
I've never
We
seen
are all
it
here, though.
or experienced anything like that. We're all here, but where's everyone else? That really happened,
know.
I think.
I don't know.
We'll find our way.
What gives me comfort is knowing that if we can be here alive at the almost end of time, well, then we're probably still going to be okay wherever we were beforehand.
Is there
If
even air
time
here
was
for
a
us to
straight
breathe?
line, you know?
I hadn't really
Then-
thought about it, Rio. And now I can't stop thinking about, am I breathing?
I don't think I am breathing. Sorry, Brulek. I'm just kind of taking this in.
Yeah, that's fair.
I'm not necessarily worried about me, Brula. I'm worried about all those people.
Well,
What
yeah.
What did you see, Twoof, exactly?
I think I saw the end of everything.
That sounds pretty heavy.
Yeah.
I just saw you and Alinus lost in the rain. I don't know where Brula was. She wasn't there.
I saw it.
Maybe she was the only one smart enough to go inside before the rain started.
Huh.
Her skin was like yellow and then orange. And then all of a sudden it was red and melting. It's
Oh,
horrible.
jeez.
And this very large, monstrous hand came up from the ground and just pulled down the sky.
Hey, Twoof.
Uh-huh.
You know how we said before that one person can change the world? Maybe we can change that.
I hope so.
Okay. She's already said she doesn't know how our trinket works and she can't send us back, but maybe it can. And I kind of
I
hold
don't
up
want
the
to go
lost
back in
second.
there again.
I don't either.
Well, I don't think we
But
have
I
another
am-
choice.
But I'm
Unless
not
we want to stay
staying
out here with a nasty neighbor.
If we want to stop whatever you saw happening, Twoof, we have to go back.
Who's saying that we can't even stop it? We're supposed to keep the lost second away from anyone else. What better way to do that than here? We don't.
when the
Maybe we don't have to go back. Nobody can get to
No.
it here.
No, that we would stay here with it. Absolutely not. The
Yeah, I would
council.
miss a lot.
I don't know what the council said to you two, but they told me to destroy the lost second,
Yes,
or
but
find a
it's-
way to.
But it can't be destroyed. Maybe this is how we destroy it. We leave it here.
If
If
we
we could
leave it
leave it-
here and it can take people back, it might take someone back that shouldn't go.
There's
back.
nobody here except for us.
She has neighbors. We don't know that they can't use it.
Oh, that's not a good idea.
She did say that they can't take it and can't touch what isn't theirs.
She said
Plus
she
they're-
couldn't.
She said she couldn't.
That's true, but also they're a bunch of immortals who are beyond the bounds at the ends of time. If they wanted, let them have it. Like it won't affect us for hundreds of thousands of years. No one that
But
we
what
know
if
or
they
our
can
loved ones
travel
know.
back in
Well,
time, Rio?
Yeah,
She
Rio,
just
are
said
you-
that
are you
she
saying
just said that it
you're-
doesn't work that way.
Well, she told us to use our device. We just don't know how to use it.
Yeah. I don't know if I'd want someone controlling that. When we're the custodians.
I cannot tell you how much I hate fiddling with magic artifacts that
I'm
transport us.
sure. It's a lot to carry, but I really think we need to get to the item master. I just don't know how we're going to do it. No.
Maybe she knows who that is.
Brad,
Maybe the lost second knows. Maybe we should just ask the lost second. If it can take us to the end of time, at this juncture, maybe we should just be like, take us where we need to go. But I know it's not that apt.
I would like to examine the lost second myself for the first time, which is something I have very specifically avoided up until now because of my prior experience with touching relics and how it's backfired.
I
And
will
I
place
never really
my hand on your shoulder and give you guidance. And I will
Thank
say, no matter what, I'm apparently with you till the end of time. So,
Quite literally. I was hesitant to even touch this thing way back at the very beginning of the campaign when we were even introduced to it. I'd never wanted to touch it, so this very much goes against everything that I want to do, but we're stuck. So I want to try to examine the thing, and also I'm going to use my racial detect magic spell, even though I know it doesn't specifically reveal any functions. Maybe it'll help draw my attention to some specific part of it that we missed.
Make me an investigation or an arcana check, depending on how you want to approach it.
Sure. I think my rolls are the same either way. That is a natural... Oh, no, that's a dirty 20, and then I also have guidance on top of it.
Nice.
So I have rolled a 22 on hopefully figuring out how to go home.
Yeah, you're specifically trying to figure out how to get this thing to sort of send you back.
Yeah, I'm looking less into understanding what this thing is or its origin, and I'm looking for the much more practical application of how do I use it? Like, how do I tell it where to go? How do I pick a time? Can I go forward and backwards? I don't care about the other details. I just want to figure out how to use it.
Okay. You sort of... You don't get exactly that, but you do understand that it is only able to send you forwards through time. It's not designed to send you back. Well, actually, it was designed to send you forwards and backwards, but it is only capable of sending you forwards. It's only capable of doing it in an unstable way. However, it can be stabilized. It can't be destroyed while it's activated, but it can be stabilized. Currently, it is active, and when I say active, I don't just mean that it is currently like still in use and active on this current spin. I mean the thing that I mentioned to Twoof earlier on, where it's like in its on state. If there was an on and off switch on it, it's in an on state, and it has been since you first saw it. If you were to take it to a sort of an off state, if you could turn it off in some way, you could destroy it then if you wanted, potentially. But currently, in its crazy unstable state, all you can do is stabilize it. And in stabilizing it, you would be able to sort of manually activate it. The way that you have been activating it so far is not manual. It's just random because it's unstable. So it just activates if and when. And when it does, it will send you completely randomly through time. If you were to stabilize it, you could simply just tell it how far into the future you want it to send you. That seems to be what it's capable of, including all of the stuff that Twoof understands. It is currently active right now, and all you have to do is basically end its current spin. Get yourselves back.
Know how to do that when I did buy things? Do I have any idea how to switch that off switch or stabilize it?
The full off switch, absolutely not. The stabilization, absolutely not. You get the sense that even Alden didn't know how to do that, which is part of the problem. In terms of getting it to stop, you're essentially right now outside of time. You're still in the 1 second. You're in the lost second.
Yeah.
Not in the device, but the second that it holds you in there
it's
for.
Stretched like
what?
gum.
Yes. You just need to end this current cycle. How to do it? You rolled a 22.
I did.
You don't know how to do, but you did get a little extra information here. But
I'm sorry. I didn't catch the end of what you said earlier. You said if we stabilize it, we can end this current cycle and it would send us back.
Yeah. So there's two. We're speaking in two separate things here. There's the overall item, which is an unstable thing that is that can be stabilized, and this is like not a thing that you just can do right now. It is part of the problem of the item. Alden turned it on, couldn't turn it off. It is always on. When it is sending you through time, that's just it activating rather than turning on and off. It is currently just active, not on or off. It's always on, and it's currently active. So in terms of stabilizing it, that is a sort of a greater thing here. Essentially, your quest is to destroy this thing or to deal with it, to find out about it, to stop it from doing this. Whatever it is you want to do, however you interpreted this quest, the official quest from the council was to destroy it, because they don't trust a thing like this in existence. Alden's specific quest was that you get it to the item master, because he'll know what to do with it. You can't destroy it. It is invincible while it's on. Separately from that, the situation you are in right now is that the lost second is active. So you're still in the time travel element of what it is. In order to return to where you came from, and to get back to the time that you left, you slipped out from, you were in the material plane at like 11 p.m. or something, and then you fell out of time, and you're currently still out of time, and you can get back.
Also still there at 11 p.m. holding it, right?
You can get back 1 second later. You will have traveled 1 second into the future.
Right. It's almost like
if you deactivate this current spell,
we're in superposition right now. Like when 11 o'clock, when the thing went off, we're there holding it, and then it's almost like time stopped, but it didn't stop. It's now stretching, and time isn't a place we can go. It's the perception that we're going. So when she said you're here but not here, but yet you're here, she meant we're here, physically here, but also we're still physically back in that second that hasn't finished yet. Yeah. So if we could just get this to finish, then a second will have passed.
Practically what it is would be the same thing as having a concentration spell up and ending the concentration on that spell. That's essentially what is happening with the lost second. Unfortunately, you're a little shy of exactly how to do that on a 22. So, but you do understand that is what you need to do. But in terms of like, say it was a command word. I'm not saying that's what it is, but just to give you an example. And your command word to end a spell was stop. You just don't know what the command word is. But you do know that you can deactivate the current spell, or essentially end the lost second concentrating on this spell. The activation.
Right. Well, if we attune to it by simply telling it, I attune or I unattune, very likely that the other functions work the same way. It simply just understands what we tell it to do.
It does understand simple commands, yes.
I think after my fiddling with it for a second, I kind of looked down at Twoof now that I've also gained some insight as to how this thing works, and like we need to put our heads together. Twoof.
Please don't let me go back in there, Rio.
Go back in where?
Wherever that road was. I don't want to go back there.
If we can get home without going back in there, I'm all for it. If the only way to get home is through it, then I'm going through it. I did not come this far just to get stranded in another world again.
What if we all touch it at the same time while we're trying to go back? Maybe we'll go back together? You don't have to be alone?
I think maybe we just give it an order. I think it understands us. The only reason I'm not already trying it is I don't want to be rude to our host who's making tea.
Yeah.
Yeah, at least we could see what kind of tea she's making.
It's kind of silly that we're lost hundreds of thousands of years in the future at the end of time, and I don't want to be rude. So I'll wait for the tea. But then...
Well, it's also, I mean, how can we really be rushed if we're already here at the end of time?
That's true.
How often do you
suppose-
get to say that you get to be served tea at the end of time?
By an immortal, no less.
I suppose there's no reason to be in a hurry when we have quite literally infinite time on our hands.
Yeah, we probably would be okay. I want to get home too. But if we could at least talk to them, they probably know so much.
Talk to who, her neighbors?
Well, maybe not the neighbors. But
Didn't
our
you say that
host.
at least one of them wanted to end all of everything?
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
I'm not
they-
saying we don't want a house party. I'm just saying maybe we could talk to Fortyra for a little bit and just see what she has to say.
Perhaps I'm in the minority on this, but I feel like most of what she would be able to tell us is not things that we are supposed to know.
Well, I could just ask some things then if you don't want to. I'm very curious.
I had a feeling you might say that.
I'm not one to be rude, but we could just see, like how old are you, for example? How long have you been here? What's your favorite food?
Well, she's bringing the tea over right now, so why don't you go ahead and ask?
She steps out of the
Lula
back of
blurts
the
out.
wagon.
What's your favorite food?
Oh, I do not eat, but if I were to eat, I am partial to lizard, usually.
Oh,
Have to remember that for next time that we visit you. Sorry.
I back
You-
up.
Yeah, we're never coming back again.
I believe you call it salt lizard, I think. Perhaps it is
Lizard.
wrong. She's moving towards you, and like satellites around her are 4 cups of tea. 4 like strange-looking mugs as well. They're like different. Each one is completely different. As she gets closer to you, she says, "Do you mind if I approach? I know that you sometimes get afraid of people getting close." She glances down at Twoof more than anyone, but looks to each of you.
I'm fine with it.
Brula is just looking in like awe at like the mugs that are like swirling her as well. And just kind of like,
Oh, I'll take it. Yeah, she's like, I'll have it.
yeah.
Important
I-
follow-up question. Does Murple work in this space?
Yeah,
Do
you
I
have
feel
Murple.
weird?
You're
Okay,
you,
fine.
yeah. You have everything
Yeah,
that is
all right.
available to you.
Okay.
Believe it or not, when she says that, I actually look pretty unfazed.
She steps forward. As she moves forward, she kind of sits on the ground, crosses her legs, and the mugs move away from her, kind of spinning around the fire and landing very sort of softly in front of you. Each of you has a different looking mug here. Alinis, you get this like wide looking thing that kind of looks like if you were to take like a tortoise shell and sort of attempt to make a wide looking mug out of a tortoise shell. It doesn't look real, but it just looks like that kind of a shape and color. Rio, there's like a long, thin looking mug with it's black on the outside and white on the inside. That sort of lands in front of you. It looks quite modern, like even by our standards, players. It looks like a modern looking mug. In front of
An
you,
abstract art piece.
it's a bit of an abstract art piece for you. Brula, in front of you, you get like a very wooden looking mug with sort of porcelain on the inside. It looks a bit like a pirate's mug, a bit like you've got that one mug that we got in the early sessions that was a keg that Alinis has.
Yes. I don't have it on my desk.
The one time we need it. It looks a bit like that, but it looks like a sort of a classic pirate's wooden mug of ale type thing that lands in front of you, quite large. And Twoof, in front of you, is the only mug that doesn't have a handle. Kind of a simple looking cup. On the side of it, there is sort of a little etching of an eyeball. And it's not like an eye, it's like literally like a bizarre, crude, scratched eyeball looking thing with the optical nerve coming out of the back of it. Kind of cartoonish, a bit like your emote, that lands in front of you. On top of each of these mugs is a single face down playing card looking thing.
I pick mine up and look at it.
Roll me a d22.
A D22?
Nope. This is major arcana. Forget this. This is
9.
haunted.
9. PB, guess what it is?
It's strength, right?
No.
What is it? I don't know.
The Hermit.
No!
You pull the card, and from the other side of the fire, kind of looking at you, you get this voice that speaks into your mind, Alinis, as she says, "The Hermit. Solitude."
I don't say anything, but I look down into my tortoise type mug.
Looks like tea. Smells like tea.
I'm just not making eye contact with anyone.
Actually, it smells very strong, is what it smells.
I flip mine over and look at it too as
Alright.
I go for a sip of tea, and I rolled a 17.
The star. She whispers to you through. You get a sense that she's speaking directly to you privately. She says, "The star. This is hope and calm. It is a good omen, especially for you."
I'm scared. I don't want to.
Brillo looks down at her mug and sees the card, and just kind of vaguely glances at it, but doesn't think much of it. She thinks it's just like the top of like the mug or something, and then says, "Oh, it's a 5."
The Hierophant. You hear a voice in your mind say, "Hierophant, this is tradition and society and rules. I feel like this does not suit you. You wouldn't be lying to me, would you?"
No, I don't feel like I agree with that at all. Unless, you just handed this out to us without thinking about it. 'Cause really, I don't know what this is
Is Bruna
supposed to
saying
be.
that out loud?
Yeah, she is.
Yeah, I was just thinking,
100%.
Brilla, who are you talking to?
She's 100% speaking. Yeah.
Yeah, how did you decide which card to give us?
Yeah, 'cause I
Fortyra,
don't know about this one.
Fortyra speaks out loud and says, "Perhaps you should consider why this is the card that you pulled. I did not select these cards for you. As you turn them over, whatever you see is yours.
Oh,
There are many options."
what did you get, Twoof?
I didn't look. Is this actually tea? How can you make tea if there are no trees? But is it real tea? Don't you need some sort of leaves or something? Are there leaves at the end of time?
I'm
And
gonna
I'm
walk
definitely
over.
stalling.
Yeah, I'm gonna walk over to Tooth and just drop my card on the ground. Whether it lands face up or face down is irrelevant. I just kind of let it flutter to the ground and kind of look down and say, "You don't need to look at it. There's one thing.
I don't think I can.
Look, most important thing my dad ever taught me. Your destiny is what you make. Fortune telling is for fun, but it doesn't mean anything."
Alinis smiles, but it's like a practiced smile.
Lady Fortyra grins, but it is not a practiced one. It's animalistic again.
I'm ignoring her, but I look at Rio and I say, yeah, I don't believe in any of this stuff anyway. and put my card down, face down on the dirt.
Oh, and Brilla looks down. I mean, I guess I don't believe in it either. But yes, I do. Actually, I was really hoping for a good card. I was hoping for a good fortune, but all I get is a this. I don't even know what this word means. I was hoping you were gonna say something like, "Oh yeah, you'll get to have a life in the flowery fields of Sonnentor, and you just get to play your guitar for people. You know, I don't know what this means.
Is that what you want for your life?
Yeah, I just want to play music and dance around, make jokes,
We'll do that.
meet people." And Brilla looks at Alinus, and you just see this moment where all the happiness just drained from her face. I want to do that.
Me too.
Then let's do it. And I'm gonna pick up my card and Toof's card and just kind of put them together and walk back over to our hosts and say, "Thank you for the hospitality, but I'm going to go home now, or maybe get lost and die trying."
Of course. I am more than happy to entertain you. Perhaps we will meet again. I will be younger. Look for me in the desert.
Can we at least finish our tea before we leave?
Have a sip. Tell me what you think.
I also take a sip.
What does it taste like?
It tastes like sort of a black tea with ginger, cinnamon, cardamom, cloves, and black pepper. It's very warm. It's very sharp. It's very aromatic. It's essentially a masala chai.
Oh,
Oh my.
Wow.
this is really good.
A little
You
spicy.
know how to make tea.
I've had a long time. This is what I do. I can also read palms, runes.
And Brula immediately shows you her palm.
She looks down at your hand and takes a moment and says, "Are you sure?"
Yeah.
Very well. In front of everybody.
Yeah.
I mean, are you sure, bro? We can step aside. That's fine.
No, you're my friends.
I scooch a little closer to Brula.
I lower the last second because I was just about to fiddle with it and try to send us home, and I can tell that you all don't want to leave. As much as I was ready.
You'll never
to say
get
thanks-
Brula out of here.
I was about to say thank you for the hospitality, and then just immediately be like, "All right, last second, we're going," and try to activate it. And now I see this happening, and I'm like, and I'm just waiting.
Roll me a d4, Brula.
Three.
Very well. This is your heart line. You see
Okay.
how it is very deep, very clear. This means you have a strong emotional focus. That is good. You should always remember this. Trust your heart as much as your head, I think. Roll me another d4.
4.
She says, "This is your headline. It is quite short. It means that you are good at quick decisions. You do not tend to overthink, I think."
Oh. Okay.
She runs a hand over the next line on your hand and then moves to another one. Roll me a d3.
A 3.
You have a fate line. You see this? Not everybody has these. Quite rare.
Oh,
It is good. It means you have a good sense of direction or structure. Something like this.
okay.
She goes back to the previous line and looks at you again and then says, this one is your lifeline. Roll me a d4.
Three.
You are adventurous.
Yeah.
You see this here? It is faint. Doesn't always mean it is a bad thing. Perhaps you just have lower energy.
Is it always faint?
Yours is.
And Brilla like looks really deeply at the faint line.
Sometimes it just means you have fluctuating stamina. You be careful. Don't overdo it.
Yeah. I don't overdo it. I promise. I like to take time with things. And you can tell she's definitely lying. Okay. And then she yoinks back her hand. Thank you.
You are welcome.
And then she quietly sips her tea.
Do you know who the item master is?
The item master? Is this somebody from your time or somebody you expect to find out here?
We don't know, really. Someone from our time, probably.
It's not a name that comes to me to mean anything.
Well, I guess it wouldn't, because I think there's magic around it. If you don't know the name, then you don't know it, right? How does it work, Rio?
The name was protected by an enchantment that made it impossible to ask about or learn about the person unless you were directly told.
Powerful
Something like
sorcery. It is not somebody that I recognize. I remember not very well everybody. There are some that I recall better than others. Usually those that strike bargains. But I sleep for long periods. When I awaken, it is always foggy. I start again.
You've mentioned bargains 3 or 4 times now. What sort of bargains do you mean?
Oh, there was a time when I was known for this. Many would come to bargain things. Perhaps it was gold, gems. There were people that would bargain blood, all in exchange for whatever they desired. If they had something to trade, I was willing to trade it.
You're a
It was
patron.
within my power. Oh, at times, but no, this is more within my nature. I am, your people had a word, a name for my kind. Jean? Perhaps?
A djinn or a genie?
Yes, this is it.
Hmm.
That is what I was known as.
You also made a comment earlier about people who understand things and can reach through time. Do you know her? And I'm just gonna wave my hand and not actually cast a spell, but invoke my warlock magic to make the same purple smoke effect that kind of accompanies all of my other spells. And just say, do you know her? And let the lingering spell effect float in the air.
It is not somebody that I am personally acquainted with. This being is from another plane. Dark plane. I am more concerned with light. The flame in the center of the kind of area here brightens up a bit. But Lady Fortira says, I think perhaps she is an elven queen.
Do you think she's still around here at the end of time?
A good question. I'm afraid it is not one that I know the answer of. It is hard to say. The end of time is different. For us, who are from the material plane, time was very simple. There are other places, other planes. There is a space between the planes, which is somewhat where I am able to pull my own abilities from. All of these places have different experiences with time. At the end of time, were you not stuck, you would understand that it is not seconds, minutes. It has changed. They are longer. The closer we get to the end, the longer it takes. So everything here is a little different, further apart. Your elven queen, perhaps she is within this vastness, or perhaps she yet resides on her plane. I know not.
Do you three have any other questions you want to ask before I try to activate this device again and send us home?
You see Brula just like mentally, you can tell she's just, there's like 1,000 things that she's like.
I just have one more. If someone were to try and make a wish, say we got back, how would one do that?
Well, you would have to seek me out. Or perhaps some of my followers. Though, you should be careful with what it is that you seek to wish for. My power is not unlimited. I think in your time especially, there were those that believed our kind were all powerful. But there are levels to this. My power is not great, not when compared to some of the others. Your queen, even.
Just curious, that's all.
You want some riches, you want to win horses races. Perhaps we can help, but you want to stop the oceans from rising. It is not something that I am going to be able to do.
It makes sense. Thank you.
But bargains can be struck. If there was anything left to bargain.
Can we take the horses with us?
Where would you like to go?
And Brula looks at Alinus. Would we like to go home? We go home?
I don't know. I feel relatively safe here right now. I think we could just stay here for a little while. I mean, it's
Personally, I'm a big fan of August 13th, 12,038.
Yeah.
I guess we could try and get back there. It's okay, Twoof. We'll go together. If you want, you can use Murple to hold on to me.
Do we ever see you again? Look at the
I suppose perhaps you are people that I have forgotten. Perhaps you will return here. Although next time it would be good if you were not hurtling towards me. Maybe just arrive.
Once we figure out how to actually use this gadget properly, maybe we come visit you again with a little more control of our destination. As of right now, we're still figuring it out.
If that is what you wish.
Brula leans into the fire a little bit and like takes some of the ash on her thumb and just rubs it on her arm. For a reason.
A souvenir. All right. Well, if that's everything, then.
Are these ours? And I point to the cups.
Would you like to keep them?
I would like to keep mine, yes. Mine.
I understand they are real things. If your device will allow you to take them back.
Brula looks at the four-eyed horses.
Your horses, you can take them too.
And Brula looks at Rio.
No use for
those aren't even our horses.
Oh.
They're going to be trapped here at the end of time.
They seem pretty happy.
I mean, all we have to do is, bring them back to, the point where they have food. Unless you want to keep them here.
Is that
Fortira,
is it our horses? I'm so confused. There would have been 4. I say this to Fortira. There should have been 4. We had 4 horses, not 2.
They arrived when you did.
We should bring these horses back with us.
Well,
Oh no.
If
Oh,
it is
no.
if it
Are
is our
they-
horses,
Did they? And I make a gesture of that.
I don't want to think about it. If they
But
are
look,
our horses,
the eyes and the legs.
merged together somehow. If they are our horses and they are attuned to the thing as we are, then I presume that they would come back with us.
That's true.
Vlad,
Also,
is
it
that
is-
you?
It is
I
kind
don't know
of
what that
tempting to
means.
bring a mug of tea from the end of time too, but I don't want to take your I don't want to take your dining set from you. I don't know if you have enough here to last you from now till the end of time.
I'll leave the mug here in case you have other neighbors who want some tea.
Nice ones.
Mm-hmm.
Or guests.
This is Lauded, and Lauded would like to see the end of whatever becomes of us, so that's why I asked. So if you don't mind, I'll just escort Lauded with us so that they can figure out what happens to us. They're very interested in our story, our fate, and then I look at Brula.
Okay. Well, this is turning into one of those long, awkward goodbyes, so I'm just going to do it now.
There's
if
only
that's
one
okay.
rushing us, Rio. We could just what's the rush?
The
Come
rush
on,
is we have a life to resume, a world to potentially save, a quest to fulfill, and an empty realm to leave. I'm not doing this again. But don't worry, you won't be going alone. And I'm gonna put one hand on Chief's shoulder and get a firm grip before I do this, so that if we do end up like floating through the time stream, we at least won't be alone this time. I'm gonna hold up the lost second, and since the theory is that it understands what we say, I'm just gonna say, return.
long as I start to pass. But I do what I do it all for the young in my head. No, you hate when I'm stuck in your past. You gotta learn from my mistakes. I won't make it alive if I live for desire. No, and I won't make it alive if I wait any longer. You wanna walk on the water and uphill road with the fire. Yeah, but I won't make it alive if I stay in your hole. Can be off with the backflips, a million bad habits. Still we good like we make this, but gotta listen to my shit. But when you look